Alright, today's video is about the IRS's Fresh Start program, focusing on the offer in compromise. Alright, so as I said, today's video is about the IRS Fresh Start program. Now this is a new policy that came about in 2011. What the IRS did back then was it used the vehicle of the offer in compromise to allow more people to qualify for tax help. Alright, so if you're somebody that was struggling financially, didn't know what to do about your tax debt, and the offer in compromise wasn't available to you back then, through the changes in 2011, the IRS expanded who qualifies for the offer in compromise dramatically, helping many people get out of tax debt. So let's go through some steps here. I want to break this video down into 4 parts. What is an offer in compromise? If you qualify, how much of a settlement do you qualify for? What steps are there in actually applying for this? And maybe some follow-up questions on, do you actually qualify? So first, let's talk about what. Okay, so what is an offer in compromise? The offer in compromise focus of the Fresh Start program is on doubt to collectability. This is saying that through disposable income and equity and assets, you do not have the ability to pay off the tax debt before it expires. Yes, tax debt does expire. If you watched other videos, you've probably seen this before, but tax debt expires 10 years from the date of assessment. All right, so that can change, but being conservative here, let's say it's 120 months. If I can prove to the IRS you don't have the means to pay off your tax debt within 120 months, then you would qualify for an offer in compromise. Okay, so now we're on to how much of a settlement you qualify for. We know that you qualify, that's great. So how much of a settlement do you actually qualify for to make this meaningful? It's actually an equation. Unique to this industry here, the IRS uses an equation of disposable income times a multiplier plus how much equity you have in your assets. All right, so that's the equation they use every single time to qualify people for a settlement and to determine how much they qualify for. So whatever your disposable income is meaningful. How much months you have remaining on the tax debt does matter as well, and your equity available in your assets also matters. So this means that you might not qualify if that settlement amount is actually higher than the tax debt, right? That would say you could pay this thing off. But if it's lower, usually it is, then you would qualify for relief. The best way I could explain this to you is really the extreme example, the slam dunk case, right? Let's say that there's 0 disposable income. What you bring in pays your bills, there's nothing left. All right, and that might be who you are. And let's say you don't have any equity in any assets. You haven't gotten there yet in your life, and you'll get there soon. But let's say that's where you're at, all right? So no money left over after you pay your bills, no investments, retirements, 401ks, houses, land, property. You have nothing, okay? And most of the time when you're in debt, that's kind of the case. Well, if that's where you're at, this equation is very simple. It's 0 times 120, 0, plus 0 equity and assets, all right? Legally, that's showing a dollar settlement that you qualify for. Now, I don't recommend doing a dollar settlement, but legally, that's what you qualify for. So that's really fun, all right? This thing is supposed to give you a fresh start, and it's meant for people just like that have no ability to pay this tax debt off. Okay, so how to apply? I want to break this down into 3 steps. The first one being really important, collections. All right, if you are not yet in a resolution, then you might be in collection status or on your way to collections with the IRS. It takes time to do an offer in compromise, so you don't want to just be waiting by for the IRS to collect upon you as you're getting this thing ready and about to go through this joyous celebration of getting rid of your tax debt. You got to stop collections first, so make sure you stop collections. Secondly is compliance. Now this is a complicated field, and we'll touch on this later on with more videos, but IRS compliance means that the last 6 years of tax return has been filed, and that if you have any monthly estimated tax deposits or quarterly deposits necessary to be made, you're making those timely. Lastly, when we're going through after collections are done and compliance is taken care of, is the actual resolution, applying for resolution. All right, what you want to do with this is the right steps. We talk to people all the time who qualify for an offer in compromise but are denied because they messed this part up. Now, when applying for this, you have to fill out the right paperwork the right way. You want to make sure you review that, apply with the right substantiating documents, and review those documents. Okay, it's important to review what you're sending to the IRS. Once you've done all that, you need to submit this to the IRS. During this period, we call this the monitoring phase, where we're just monitoring issues that might arise. There might be audit issues, examination issues, compliance issues. Things can happen while we're sitting waiting. And then when it gets actually assigned to an examiner at the IRS, we're in the negotiation phase, where one of the licensed professionals here will be negotiating with the IRS on the offer submitted. They'll go back and forth about what the IRS knows, what was submitted, and any other information or questions that come about. And once the IRS agrees that you don't have the ability to pay them before the IRS debt expires, they'll grant you that offer compromise you submitted. So it's a great program. It really is giving a fresh start. Now, here at Tax Debt Services, we get all kinds of questions daily about this program because it's what we focus on. We get questions on, why would the IRS do this? Is this a real program? I'd love to generate a whole video about that one. Other questions we get is, how long does this take? Why does it take so long? Is it just us that takes this long, or is it the whole industry? Or, why even hire a professional? Can't I just do this myself? These are great questions, and trust me, we will be answering. But truly, there's one question that's left to be asked, and it's, do you qualify? If you qualify for this thing, you should do it. All right? It's the best program out there for you if you qualified. So find out if you do qualify. Great place to go to is our website, taxdebtservices.com/do I qualify. Or if you'd like to just talk to us on the phone about it, give us a call at 800-822-4122. Thanks.